Good morning, ladies and gentlemen. Now, about my presentation, I would like to say that it is right time that Government of India and Ministry of HRD also has been thinking about making a proper policy for the implementation of ICT, because now ICT is entering the educational system in a large way, and but there needs to be some guidelines for the introduction of ICT. So, and it is quite necessary that those people who are there in the field of education and also those who are actually supporting the educational initiatives come together and contribute to the formation of a proper policy here. So, I being from Kendriya Vidyalaya Sangathan, so I would like to present from the point of view of Kendriya Vidyalaya Sangathan here. So, I would like to say what is the status there in Kendriya Vidyalayas and now what more needs to be done. Now let us start from the beginning, before the introduction of ICT. I would like to focus more upon learning. After all, whatever we do in the class, it is to produce learning in the children. So it is not that what tools are used and all, but ultimately it should lead to the effective learning on the part of the children. So before the coming of ICT, what was the position, right? How the children were learning? So most of the learning took place through classroom interaction between the teacher and the taught on the subject or topic, followed by students' own reading, practice with the textbook and additional reading materials. Right? That is how the effective learning was taking place in the children. Now, coming to KVS. So, what is our present status in the introduction of ICT? So, we have gone a long way there, like the data given here indicate. So, now we have got 982 schools, the number of computers more than 42,000, number of students more than 10 lakhs, and the ratio now, student computer ratio is 25:1, right? That is the average of all the schools. And we have got computer labs, and we have got internet connectivity also in 98% of schools with broadband connectivity, and our schools have got their own websites too. At least 99%, up to 99% of schools are having their own websites. Now, how are the computers being used in schools? Right? Because there are different things being done. Now, here in KVs, at present, right, computer is mostly used for computer education, that is imparting computer knowledge and skills in classes 3rd to 10th as per the prescribed syllabus, right? So that is purely computer education is given, so they get to know about the use of computers and they develop the skills. Now, about the teachers, use of computers by teachers for subject teaching is picking up now. They are using computers for teaching their own subjects. However, the constraint there is that the available ICT infrastructure is inadequate to facilitate students for learning the subjects independently in ICT-enabled environment. I have given you the data there, it is 25:1, but even then it is inadequate. Now let us see how the teachers are using these ICT tools. Now under Project Shiksha, most of the KV teachers have been provided computer training by Microsoft. However, many of them haven't taken to using computers for teaching on a regular basis. So this is an important aspect which the policy makers should keep in mind. Training is being given to the teachers, but even then, are the teachers immediately going in for using the computers? That is not happening there. In some cases, and it is not only the fault or the hesitation on the part of the computers, because the facilitating environment is not available in the schools. Now what are the constraints there again? So some KVs, specific limited periods, say 2 periods a week per class have been allotted for CA CAL, right? Just 2 periods only. Whereas normally a teacher gets 6 or 7 periods to teach the subject, but only 2 periods are allotted for a class. So the scope for teachers to use ICT for teaching is very limited, as the same computer lab is to be shared. Again, we have got 2 or 3 computer labs in the schools, But the same 3 computer labs or 2 computer or even sometimes 1 computer lab is to be shared for computer education from class 3 to 10, teaching of computer science and informatics practice for students of 11th and 12th, and also for subject teaching by the subject teachers. So, now however, how the teachers are supported. Teachers have been facilitated by providing computers with internet facility in the staff room and labs. LCD projector in the resource room is very commonly used, especially in primary section. Only a few schools have gone in for interactive boards, right? So here the teachers have been facilitated by giving all these tools. Teachers, the staff room also is provided with computers with internet facility so that they can make their own lesson plans. But the constraints are many. Teachers' constraints. Not all teachers are very confident about using ICT tools, especially the more senior ones. The youngsters actually are easily adapting themselves for the use of computers, but the very, very experienced people, right, because they have already been grooved into using the traditional methodology, right, they are not able to easily adapt to the use of computers. Then ICT pedagogy is yet to evolve significantly to guide the teachers. Even ICT pedagogy as such is not fully evolved. So, from where the teachers will get guidance. So, that is another constraint. The use of ICT for classroom teaching demands additional time and effort of the teachers outside school hours to prepare ICT embedded lesson plans. Now, look at the traditional method of teaching. There the preparation, okay, the teacher already knows the subject matter. He has to only give a quick glance of the lesson and go to the class and teach, lecture there, right? So, he didn't have to give more time for preparing for the classroom presentation. But here when he starts using ICT, he has to prepare his own lesson. He has to spend again 3 hours or 4 hours outside the school hours for preparing the lesson so that he can make an effective presentation there. Next, ICT equipments like computer and laptop are not very commonly possessed by teachers to work at home. Right? We can't say that every teacher has got a laptop or a computer to work at home. So he has to depend only on the computers available in the school itself. Then teachers have to work in this new area mostly on their own without help or guidance from their peer group or any IT expert. So here in the school, also only a few have started using the computers for or ICT for teaching the classes. So they are also not good experts in that. So that's why they are not able to get proper guidance, and there is no IT expert available there in the school also to guide the teachers. And among the students, we see that common difference between haves and have-nots come there. So those who are rich, right, they are able to provide their laptop or computers for the children, and the poor children, right, who are in large number, they don't have these facilities. So they are not able to learn the things through ICT at home. And teachers' constraint is there. Because the children don't have computers or laptop to work at home, then they cannot give any project which is based on web or on the computers. Go back. Oh, yeah, two more. Right, okay. Acha, right. Now, another thing. Now, we say that ICT will enable them to learn very effectively, right? But the thing is that, look at the selection of students for IIT. From Andhra Pradesh, large number of students got selected for IIT. But did they get selection by using these ICT tools very effectively? They got admission in corporate colleges where the time testing method of drilling was followed, and with that they are able to grab more seats in IIT, and it has got a very important implication. Then the children will think, why should I go for ICT tools, right? Why should I use that for my learning, right? I have to again work on my mind by following the drilling technique only, right? So that I can be successful there. So because of that, the children do not get any motivation or again need to go for the ICT equipments and tools, right? Then again, another thing is that They attend coaching classes up to 8 p.m. for the preparation for the various exams. Moreover, at present, few websites offer quality content and practice materials which the students can rely upon. Even if the student wants to prepare for IIT, right, by using the ICT tools, they don't get good quality websites also. They are again yet to evolve. Now, actually, I wanted to present a lot of articles and research findings in connection with this. Right, world over, researches have been done, and then the researchers also show that till now the use of ICT in schools and classrooms have not become very effective. That has not actually contributed to the betterment of the grades there. Because of the various constraints now. There are other constraints also are given here, but I have informed you about so many constraints. So now in this connection I would like to give the suggestions rather, right? These researchers actually I would like to say that can be found in the NCERT website where it is given as a database on ICT in education, right? So you can go through that and get all the articles and research findings on that. So that is what is presented here. So I don't want to go through that because now the chairman has himself indicated that I have already utilized my time. So just I would like to go to the final part of this, that is the suggestions. From what we have seen now, I would like to say that organizations like NCERT should take a full development of ICT pedagogy for the guidance of practicing teachers and student teachers to facilitate them to use ICT effectively with confidence to leverage learning. So training is very important, and the development of ICT pedagogy is very important to guide the practicing teachers and also the student teachers. Second, the available rich resource of extensive research based on teaching and learning without ICT. Already, right, well-developed pedagogy is there for teaching and learning without ICT. But that has to be integrated now. That has to be fully tapped for developing the ICT pedagogy now. Learning with teaching and learning with ICT. Then third one is, like till now, NCERT and CBSE had been developing the textbooks, right, the printed documents. But now they should go to the digital documents now. So that the teachers and the students can readily use them without having to make the materials themselves, for which they cannot give that time, and they are not fully equipped for that. So it is the responsibility of the NCERT and also the board, right, even other state boards, and in that case I am very happy that from the Kerala state we have got the information that they have developed those resources also. So it should be prepared in a large way, and again I don't say that it should be done only by NCERT or CBSE, even other private agencies, because earlier also there were authors of textbooks, right, not always associated with NCERT or CBSE only. Private publishers also are there, their books also are generally used by the children. In the same way, now they also can come forward to prepare the digital materials so that the students and teachers can make use of them readily, right? Readily it should be usable by the teachers and the students. Next constraint, as I told you, why the teachers are not going to use. Yeah.
I think the slide can, everyone can read the slide and it's clear.
Okay, so.
The infrastructure part then.
Infrastructure part, then there should be fully developed computer labs.
These are common requirements. So everyone can easily understand.
Intensive computer training should be there, and in your school if there is an IT expert it would be helpful. Thank you very much. Okay. Thank you, sir.